Hello guys, it's Sonic Gaming, and this is another video, basically a part 2 to the Ukraine is not your enemy video. Yikes. Man, MAGA really hates Europe in general. Okay, so this is like 2 days after the events with Trump's buffoonery in the Oval Office and all that. God, I feel sorry for Zelensky having to deal with that. He's a stronger man than I am. I would not have been able to handle Trump and Vance's stupidity and take it lightly. The fact that he was calm among all of us, despite of it, shows how much of a man he is. So all that happened, and Trump showed that he's a complete and utter Putinist Vatnik. But what I'm not interested in that. Because the thing is, that is to be, as some people point out, respected. It is worse because Vance instigated. Because clearly he was there because he doesn't know jack. You know what I'm going to say? Jack shit about this situation. So of course, someone was going to instigate, and it was going to be Vance, and then the whole stupid thing like, oh, Zelensky doesn't wear a suit. Of course, you freaking idiot. He's not wearing a suit because his country's at war. And he made an effort to not wear suits because he always constantly going to be at the front to check his troops. That's why. But that's a small stupid thing, and it's just a thing that MAGA clings to because they don't really have anything bad to say about Zelensky. Really, they either say like propaganda because everything they say against Zelensky is something you can trace all the way back to the Russians. Oh, the suit thing. The Russians say that. Oh, Zelensky is an actor, so he's not a good leader. So the Russians say that all the freaking time in their propaganda. They're not even original with how they are. They're not original. But what is fascinating to me is how every single right wing nut job from Tim Pool and others and small creators like Tactical Templar and an aristocratic utensil just completely hate Ukraine. Or hate Zelensky, but they all hate Ukraine because, let's be real, they only hate Ukraine because Trump tells them to. It's simple as that. It seems like this all ideas that, oh, we took billions upon billions. Like, no. Biden gave them 170 billion. And even then, Trump didn't give them anything. And in fact, Europe has given them 200 billion and more in support than America. So if anyone's supposed to complain about that, should be Europe, and Europe is not. Clearly not. In fact, Denmark, Estonia, and Latvia actually give more in support than America does. But you won't hear that from the MAGA people. And you hear what they say. They act like Zelensky was shouting at them back, but when you watch the thing, he wasn't. Or that, and basically all of them are basically Chamberlains. Oh no, not even that. They're even worse than them. They're just surrender nicks. They just want Ukraine to surrender. Oh, he's losing the war. Like, by whose authority? Under Russia's authority? The same guys who said they could conquer Ukraine in a month, and now 3 years into this, and they're now reduced to using horses and donkeys? That people? And in the front line now, they're being pushed back in Pokrovsk and Torres. They cut off in Torres. They literally have lost so much men and armor that now they've lost the initiative. But you're not going to hear that from the Russian people. And the people like Aristocrat Utensil, Officer Tina, and Tentacle, they don't watch or look at the actual battle reports. They don't know about the fact that Russia has lost so many men that now they have to force wounded soldiers back into the front with no medical care. Many of them on crutches. It's a daily occurrence. And it's not, oh, a one-time thing. No, there's video evidence. There are Russians literally saying that they'd rather be in prison than go back. That is what's happening. I'm gonna finish this. Wait, what's it? Oh, anyway. Because you see how much lies and falsehoods, because they talk like they know, but they clearly don't. And I know why they're doing this because they're doing this because Trump says he hates a person and they just blindly hate him. But I'm not even mad. I'm not even upset because I know why all the right wingers hate Zelensky and Ukraine. Or overall they hate Europe because Tactical was like, oh, Norway not fueling our subs should be considered an enemy of USA. It should be destroyed. Like, ugh, okay. But I now realize why they have no concept of anything of geopolitics. Like they think that bullshittery. I'm sorry, I have to be shitty. This bullshittery in the Oval Office that Trump and Vance did is somehow strength when they don't take into account. Oh, sorry about that. I had to go somewhere there. But okay, so I just watched something from again Tactical Templar, and he recently made a video apparently talking about the meeting between Britain and the other European countries to support Ukraine themselves, not supported by America. And this is very bizarre, like really, really bizarre. Because didn't this guy made a video earlier, like two, about how Ukraine and Europe should be abandoned and they're evil and something like that? Why does he care that they're doing their own thing? This is bizarre. This is very, very strange because if this person is supposed to be an isolationist, and most of these people from the right wing are, then why do they care about Europe and Ukraine doing their own thing? Because if, oh, America not supposed to foot the bill or stuff like that anymore, then they should be happy about that. It's just Europe's problem from their own eyes. But now Europe is trying to do its own thing and it's still having problems. That doesn't make any sense unless there's ulterior motives to this, because I would expect this type of behavior from Russian propagandists and Russian bots, because they would be talking about this. They would be the ones making a fuss about stuff like this, not the actual, not supposed isolationist. Again, this whole thing is confused. So they hate Ukraine and Zelensky, apparently because of the fact that he wouldn't kowtow to everything American. Yeah, and even though he thanked them all the time, he was respectful to them all the time before this, but whatever. And even when Europe tried to do its own thing, not being trying to help Ukraine themselves, now it's still a problem, and they're stupid because what? Because they're not cowards, they're not chamberlains, they don't want Russia to dominate them militarily and politically. Like, that's not how. I don't know. Okay, again, this is the biggest issue with right wing now. From what I've realized is that they don't know nothing about geopolitics. Straight up, they don't know anything about geopolitics. These people just are very hateful. Like, this is the thing about I noticed from all of them. They hate Europe, not just Ukraine, mind you. They hate Europe. Like, it's one thing if they don't like some of the policies, like the open borders policy, but they hate all of Europe. They hate that the fact that even Europe even exists. Now, you may think that this is a hyperbole, that this is a hyperbole, but the way they're treating Ukraine like it's a devil's playground is like, why is it this virtual hatred? Because the president of a war torn country doesn't wants security guarantees simply, and and the vice president and president of America treat him like garbage. Like, that doesn't make any sense. But again, if you don't understand your politics and wait, what? Dang. All right, sorry. Okay, so overall, this whole situation is stupid. You know why Ukraine is so important? That you guys don't understand why military aid to Ukraine is so important? Because Ukraine wants to fight. I understand that you guys have never seen an actual war, or specifically, never seen an actual conflict that isn't a guerrilla war. Because Afghanistan and Iraq were guerrilla wars, insurgent wars, and they were messy and they were long as heck. So you try to perceive the Ukraine war as the same as that, even though it's completely the opposite. It's not those conflicts. It's a radically old thing that is in that is a main war, a near peer war. Because here, let me tell you the truth. Trump, when he says that, oh, you can't win this, or you're gonna lose, he's wrong. You want to know the truth? If Russia was able to win this war, they would have done so in the first months of 2022. They had a larger army. They had the air force, and in a week they did have air superiority. They had all the tanks in the world, and and all the tanks in the world, and and nobody thought they would help them. Heck, the best the West did was give them anti-tank weapons. And after 3 months, Russia was pushed back from the north and then would lose in Kharkiv and Kherson. Even during the failed 2023 counteroffensive by Ukraine, Russia lost lots of men having to pull it, and they still couldn't take much ground. The Avdiivka thing was mainly due to, oh, guess what? By Republicans not giving ammunition to Ukraine. Interesting, that. And even after all that, if you actually look at the map of the war, the Russians have not accomplished much, if anything at all. They have not captured a true major city in months. They lost the only major city, Kherson, and the only thing they've been able to do was push in certain areas, but not much anymore because they're being pushed back in Pokrovsk and other places, but they still haven't taken back all of Kursk. They still or cannot push anymore. They've lost the one only advantage they had, which was their gliding balls, because now the Ukrainians have electronic warfare that now messes them up, that makes them useless. So that explains why they can't advance anymore. But they can't win. Ryan McBeth points out that the reason they can't win is because it's even worse, because their economy is so focused on war that the moment the war ends in any way, it's going to collapse it. Not to mention all the Russian soldiers who would be out of a job would probably become insurgents themselves because of it. And even after all that, if they just go to the armistice of the lines and settle where they are, Putin still loses, and Ukraine is going to do everything it can to fortify the line and fortify their army. So, in that way, Putin still can't win, and then would curtail his invasion. That's what Ukraine kind of wants. Ukraine wants an armistice. And you know what armistice is? Security guarantees. That's what Zelensky was there. He was willing to give them the middle deal as long as there's security guarantees. He was just going to do that and then talk about security guarantees, and then the whole buffoonery happened. That's just the simple truth of it. Russia can't win this war, and let's be real here. If Russia was able to win this war, why are we still talking about it? Why do you even care? Okay, here's the truth. Why do you Republicans care? You're all isolationists. You all say that it's supposed to be Europe and Europe's problem. Yet you still care about Europe. I don't get it. Be isolationist or don't. You can't be two things. And for all the appeaseniks, stop. Appeasement is not going to stop conflict and war. Ukraine learned on the hard way in 2014, and it's never going to happen to them again. Again, Zelensky is going to stay in office, and his whole opposition party in Ukraine said unanimously that Zelensky should stay in power. Every Ukrainian civilian who was questioned about this saying that Zelensky should stay in power. Zelensky's popularity has gone up because of the war, because of you guys. I just need to say it on my soul because you guys need to stop. You guys are supposed to be the moral people, yet you're very cynical, you're hateful, spiteful, and are cowards. And you're supposed to be the party that is supposed to have fought against the Russians and Soviets for so long in the Cold War, yet you're the ones who want to lick their foot? Could it be me? Could it be Ronald Reagan will be disappointing you people? See you guys in the next video. I see you.